One of the reasons why I love history is because it's so complex. I often tell my students history is a jigsaw puzzle. It's a very complicated jigsaw puzzle. Jigsaw puzzles take a long time to build, at least several thousand piece ones. To read history well takes much discipline and forethought and meticulous care. History is not monolithic. History is not simplistic. History requires so many components. History is made of so many components. It must be understood properly. For example, the causes of a certain event or a certain movement are so multifaceted and multidimensional that one cannot say, this caused this, or this event resulted in this. Consequences are also multifaceted as well, multidimensional. So as a historian, I love to get into that complexity and to get into the minds of the people by reading primary texts, by going to the archives and digging out from the archives. What were they thinking? What did they have to say about it? And as I get into those primary texts, I realize that multiple people had multiple perspectives and multiple thoughts about said event. And my job as a historian is to get into the heart of an event or a movement and be able to ask good questions of that thing and to be able to derive answers based upon what I see in the primary text. Historians can't make up things. They should not make up things. And yet, today's modern revisionist history agenda is to concoct things that are not in the text. And here at Bethlehem College and Seminary, we want to teach our students to think wisely about the text and to look at the primary text and to see what actually happened in history rather than what some revisionist historian thinks about it. Another thing I love about history is goes back to God. God created history in this multidimensional, multifaceted way full of variety that there are so many players and so many characters in history. History does not look the same throughout the pages of history. It's all different, but they all communicate various things. Historical events show us different narratives and different themes. I'm also drawn to the fact that Solomon, in the book of Ecclesiastes, says there's nothing new under the sun. I'm often reminded about that in history, that nothing is new under the sun. A war that has happened recently is very similar to wars in the past, or a various idea regarding doctrine that's heretical was taught 1,000 years ago. There is nothing new under the sun. And for us today to understand these rhythms and these narratives of history is to help us understand the future, the present and the future. If we understand the past more deeply and in more robust ways, we'll understand our own present and our own future even better.